Hello guys, Blue Phenomenon here, and today I would like to talk about long distance relationships. And why long distance relationships? Well, I know many gamers who have been or currently are on long distance relationship. And even I have had a long distance relationship before. So I would like to share my experience and talk a little bit about the pros and cons of being in one. So let's start with the pros and cons. Well, mostly I would just talk about one of each, just to make this short, alright? So the pro is constant communication. And I don't mean you're stalking that someone, always asking where you are, who you with, why. It's just trying your best to keep in contact with the person that you are in a relationship with to, make your relationship feel like a real relationship, like a, boyfriend girlfriend relationship when you both live in the same town. But the con of being in a long distance relationship is the lack of contact. You will miss that person more than you have missed anyone else in your entire life. You're gonna want to touch her, kiss her, and just be normal. But it's not normal. And when you ask, does it work? Does a long distance relationship actually work? I gotta say that there are cases. There are cases in which the persons involved actually get together later on, but in some cases the relationship just drag on, and one of them gets fed up, jealousies comes in, and having trust in someone you never seen before, or someone you have been far away and far apart for so long, sometimes can be very hard. But let me tell you about my experience. So this started back in 2008 when I met this one girl through a social app on Facebook. I believe it was called Social Me. You had the little picture and you had adjectives that you could just click and, cute, beautiful, sassy, sexy, the usual. And I would use that app quite a lot, just to talk to people, to talk to girls. If I was lonely. I gotta say, I was lonely back then, so I used that. And this one Mexican girl, we started talking a little bit. We became Facebook friends. We started talking like once a month or once every 2 months about silly stuff and laugh, and that was all. But a few years later, this was 2011, no, 2010, sorry. It was by the end of the year 2010. Things got a little more serious. We started talking about actually meeting each other or and having a relationship. And a couple weeks later, I was asking her to be my girlfriend. Sorry, um, because I don't know, I needed it, and I just asked. So a few months later, I decided that I wanted to try. I wanted to go a step further. And I told her, you know what? I'm leaving my job and I'm grabbing my things and I'm gonna go see you. She was very excited, of course. I was very nervous, very excited as well. But it was something that I always wanted because I didn't want to leave Portugal for the rest of my life. I hated there. As a foreigner in Portugal, it's the worst thing ever because I don't know. I never felt like one of them. I was always treated like a foreigner, always the Brazilian guy, and I didn't want that, because I was raised in by someone who was very open-minded, someone who would welcome anyone in their house, on her house, and I was very happy. But I wasn't happy in Portugal. So meeting this girl was a push that I needed to move on, to get out of there, to find something better for me. And so I did. But here's the plan. Here's the plan that we had. I would take a plane to Mexico City. She would meet me there, and we spend the weekend, so she could show me around, and then we would take a bus or another plane to her hometown. And the trip was was very, very disappointing and was very, very tiring And I mean, the plane was meant to leave Lisbon at 8:30 a.m., but it didn't. Left at 9:30. But my next departure would be from Madrid, and if the plane had left on time from Lisbon, I would have enough time to, have breakfast and walk slowly, and even meet a little bit of the Madrid airport, which is huge, right? So took me 30 minutes from landing to departure for my new plane, and I almost did not make it my plane. So no, I ran the best I could. I got there, and the next trip from Madrid to Mexico City was long. It was 11 hours, and I was quite happy with my seat because I had no one else with me until the moment that a mom decided to bring her kid, who was crying the whole time and wouldn't let me sleep. So it was 11 hours of no sleep, of crappy movies on the plane, on the airplane, as normally they are, and a few games on my PSP. And so finally, I landed on Mexico City, and customs stopped me. Of course they would. My passport says that I would stay for 97 days, and for them that wasn't very nice. It wasn't very, trustworthy of me. So I was got taken to a room. I waited for 10 minutes to someone to come and talk to me. This guy came in, asked me a few questions like, what are you doing here? Why you're here? Why Mexico? And I told her, well, I have a girlfriend. I'm coming to visit, and so on and so forth. He asked me to look at a picture. He asked me for her address, and I just showed everything. And a few minutes later, he was letting me go. So I grabbed my things and tried to call my girlfriend. And after a few tries, I was getting desperate, and I finally could get through to her. And she told me that, no, here's the thing. She told me that a friend would pick me up and take me to the bus station because she wouldn't be able to make to Mexico City since her parents wouldn't allow her, right? So I was waiting for the friend, and she told me, you know what? My friend just sent me a message on Facebook this morning saying she cannot make it. She would not meet you there. And I was, for another time I was a foreigner in a country I didn't know anything about. I couldn't even speak the language. I could understand Spanish, of course, because Portuguese is so similar to Spanish, but I could not speak any Spanish at all. She calmly said, just grab a taxi. It will drop you off in the bus station. You pick up a ticket and you come. And alright, and I paid a taxi, a overly priced taxi, for a 5 minutes trip to the bus station. He dropped me off. I looked for the booth where I already had a ticket waiting for me, and I could not pick it up. Why? Because, well, my girlfriend told me before that I could bring in dollars and I could buy and pay anywhere. They would accept dollars with no problems. So I was very confident that I would make it because I had exchanged a few dollars for pesos, but wasn't enough for the bus ticket. And when I get to the booth, the lady says, no, we do not accept dollars. So I panicked. And I told her, well, is there any way for me to exchange it? I say, yeah, there's a bank in the middle of the bus station. And I go there, but guess what? The bank is closed. Yeah, that was Friday night, 8 p.m. Friday night, 8 p.m. And I could not exchange money. So three guys from immigration stopped me and asked me for the same things that the customs guide asked me. And I told them the same thing. And then I asked them, does any of you speak English? No. Three guys, no one could speak English. So, well, I'm going to try my best with my Spanish. And I told them the situation. I told them that what could I do? They say, well, the bank's only opening on Monday morning, so you're going to have to wait here. And I don't know, my face dropped because I did not know what to do anymore. Until one of them just said, you know what, try other booths. Maybe one of the other booths will actually accept the dollars you have and give you a ticket. So I did, and the fifth booth that I went to, There it was. I could buy a ticket. I bought it. I asked how much time it would take. She told me, oh, 12 hours, and ended up taking 17 hours to arrive to my destination. Um, was nice. Was the bus was very uncomfortable. There was no space for my legs. Um, I couldn't sleep at all. Again, crappy movies on the bus, and so on and so forth. So when I finally got to see my girlfriend at the bus station at her hometown, I was so pleased. I was received with hugs and kisses and everything the guy could desire for. Then I went to the home that I had previously rented before I got here, before I got to Mexico. I took a shower and so on and so forth. So yeah, I gotta tell you that sometimes long distance relationships work. And why do I say that? Because it's been 3 years now that we have been together. We are now married and we have a beautiful little daughter. And I took the risk, I tried, and I'm very happy that I did. I am teaching, I am a teacher, what I always wanted to do, and I couldn't do it in Portugal. Here I actually can, and we actually lived happily ever after. So if you are in a long distance relationship, just try your best. Maybe you will make it through just like I did, and you'll be happy, and things will just work themselves out as time goes by. So, um, thank you so much for listening to my story. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope to see you guys later. Thank you.